Hey everybody, welcome back to the 2020 Music City Open, sponsored by Dynamic Discs. This is Ace Run Pro's coverage of the MPO Chase Card here on the final day. This is where the action is at. I am Will McCaskill, and I am joined today by Jay Skinner.
Hey Will, how's it going?
It goes well, and we are the TDs of the event. We're here bringing you our signature big skinny commentary. Let's get right into it. Thank you also to Infinite Discs for sponsoring this coverage, making it possible. Thank you once again to Dynamic Discs for being the title sponsor of the event and making it possible as well. Thank you to ProPol for your support of the coverage also. And here we go. Reid Frescura at 19 down, Chris Dickerson 18 below, Justin Bunell at 16, Zach Melton 13 under par.
Final 9 holes, Will.
We are on hole 10. This is a tricky one. It's a 532-foot par 3, downhill. There's a really tricky pinch point right in the middle of the fairway with a foundation of a house blocking the low plays to an elevated basket known as Big Ben in honor of Ben Northcutt.
This hole, as you said, Will, is incredibly demanding.
Okay, my bad.
These guys are going to be looking to throw something flat, straight, and slow as they get through the gap.
Beating a dead horse, but very punishing left and right sides of the fairway, and also a low ceiling in play.
Reid opting for the middle line. And that is as close to perfection as you can get.
Yep, that's good golf.
Dickerson lining his up. Wonderful plaid.
He wears it well. He really does.
Rips through. Going to be right side, but squeaks through the trees, and that is wonderful position.
Yep, he's got a clean look at that guarded green.
Leaving one question: do you run it?
Of course. It's the final day of the Music City Open.
It's a valid point. Melton gonna try to do the same. Give it a go.
Got over on it just a little bit, and he is going to be right in that thick rough on the left side down by the foundation of the house.
I think he might have slipped off the edge of the tee pad there.
Yeah, I had that thought as well. It also looked like he may have just immediately known that he got over on it and got a little frustrated.
We all know how that feels.
Looks like Justin is going with the same Discmania DD3 that he threw with such success on hole 1.
A very similar line, just a little flatter and straight.
Little high. Ooh.
For kicks on this hole, that's
straight
not
to the
bad.
ground is not bad. Worse things have definitely happened already this weekend.
Mr. Melton is looking at some of those worst kicks. He is in a spot where he has not got a lot of options. You see the foundation of the house that Will mentioned earlier. He's got to get above it. With the roller out.
Yeah, that one carves a little bit wider to the right than he hoped. He's going to have a little bit of work to do coming back.
Bunell with an open view. Looks, he does have the putter in his hand. If it stays low, it's through.
Nestles right up to that guarded green, right on the other side of those poles. Going to have a pretty easy putt.
Chris opting for the jump putt. Giving it a go.
He's in the pea gravel. That's where you want to be.
Reid laying up. Not taking any chances. No, nothing for that.
Yeah, giving it a run, man, and just blowing right by it.
He's a competitor, and he's looking to compete still, and that's hard.
Solid putt. Working man's bogey, for sure. Working man's four, as we say in Tennessee. These guys are going to tap in their short putts. Clean this one up real quick.
When you say working man's four, that's no lie. He was literally in the front part of the edge of the right off the tee. That area I've seen really take some strokes away from some really good players. So
absolutely,
he handled that well. His scramble game has really been on point today, Will.
And your scramble game kind of has to be on point at Cedar Hill, because if you do not get into a good landing zone off the tee pad on just about all of these holes, you're looking at par or worse.
Absolutely. It is a course that demands perfection.
After hole 10, Reid still at 19 down, Chris right behind him at 18, Justin Bunell at 16 under par, Zach Melton 12 below. Ice cold. Right here on hole 11, this is one of those birdie or die holes that we offer to you here at Cedar Hill. A chance to get a little redemption on some of the more challenging holes that you may have been punished on leading to this point. So basically you're wanting to grab a hold of your throwing putter and launch it right at the basket up this hill.
Dead center. Don't let the deuce or die motto fool you. This hole must be deuced, but it is very dangerous. That hill is very, very steep. If you catch a root or a tree, you could roll right back down it.
You definitely want to use the hillside as a backstop to a certain extent. See,
land it flat.
You have a choice. You can float it right up to the basket, let it get a little slide, or run it and risk a downhill putt from 30 feet.
Yeah, it is a little flatter up top, but as you said, well, that downhill putt is very treacherous.
And if you're not throwing a putter off the tee, you have a lot of opportunity to go deep.
That is very true. Chris looking for a side on. That's good. Looked like he got over on it.
Yeah, that was an overstable approach disc for sure. I'm not sure what he was throwing, maybe a PA1 or something like that, but got a little more flex than he was planning on.
Looked like he was surprised with it as well.
Feels okay about it, apparently.
It must be the pride.
It must be.
Justin looking to follow suit here. He knows he plays here. He's got to have this.
Yeah, definitely. It's arguable that he understands this course more than anybody else on this card. But anything can happen.
He understands this hole. That was perfect.
That's very true. Yeah, he's right underneath the basket. He might hit his head.
After dropping one on hole 12, or 10, Melton's looking to capitalize here.
Flirting with those guardians in the middle, and he gets a piece of them. He is down and out. Not really. This is definitely within his range, but not what you're hoping for on this hole, for sure.
That uphill, the camera doesn't do it any justice. That's a very steep slope, and that's a hard putt.
Yeah, and I think the incline, the gradient of this hillside,
you can kind of see the reverse of this as Reid takes the downhill approach.
It's also a little bit of an optical illusion because it's just steep enough to not seem extreme.
Yeah.
So you're not really overplaying to compensate for it.
As you saw the roll, that could have been...
Yeah, it could have gone way worse.
Chris going to capitalize on the missed putt by Reid. And does.
Always fun to watch him in those kind of situations because that putt is business as usual for Chris, but his commitment to his routine, his consistency is impressive.
Absolutely. You know, they say, I've heard, consistency is the difference between AM and pro.
Absolutely. Repeatability.
Melton cleaning it up. He's, while not on his best game, he'll admit, I'm sure, but he's not letting things go. He's holding his solid round together still.
Yeah, and he's not alone in that 3. Reid still holding tight at 19 down. Chris joining him side by side. Justin at 17 under par. Zach still hanging tough. Thank you to Dynamic Discs for sponsoring the event. Once again, we are back at hole 12, par 3, 379 feet. Plays a little longer, it's uphill, and it's a protected green. Very tight tunnel all the way up this hill. You're almost wanting to throw something slightly understable to compensate for the distance that you're going to lose.
You know, Dickerson and Bunell picking up a stroke on the hole 11. This is going to be a tester. This is going to be one of those that evening it up for Dickerson.
I think this makes it into the top 5 of most challenging holes at Cedar Hill.
Absolutely.
Chris executing expertly. How many more X words can I use right there to round that out? That was impressive.
I don't know.
It's nice to see that. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to do.
You heard that cheer though in his drive. I think somebody aced behind him on hole 11.
Yes, I think there was an ace on hole 11.
Back to the action with Justin. He's going to look to follow suit with the same line Chris threw. Hold the left and let the disc float out right and through that gap. Pool is clean. It's narrow though. Did he catch the branches on the cedar?
His position where he's at, yeah, he caught a little bit of a low branch, but where he's at right now, it's not the worst position, but you've got these like really sporadically placed guardian trees on that side of the fairway leading up to the green, and it's really, you've got to think he's weighing the option of just trying to pitch out.
Sure. Reid looking to get all the way up. He's been throwing that disc all around, and it's been money so far. Gonna have to hold the right side to push left here. Just a little bit too far right. Catching a tree, but dropping very cleanly.
I've said it 12 times. I'll say it again. The left and right sides of these holes are a little punishing, Jay.
Yes, they are. Now,
and low ceiling, by the way. Low ceiling. Hashtag.
Zach, opposite approach, going with the left side on. Hugging the left. And, left side
I won't say it again. I kind of kicked it. But
if they could hear you, they would know.
Yeah.
Reid, after a kick off the right side short, going to play the sidearm up through the gap.
That's a great shot. He's
got exactly what he wants.
He's got some brush right behind him that's probably going to be a little distracting and make for an awkward position, but he's got a doable putt for sure.
I hate when those leaves get in your ears.
Mm-hmm. Even if they're not touching you, you hear them rustling.
Absolutely. Melton with the skip up.
That's the flare you want.
From the angle he had, that approach,
yep.
That is nasty. That's beautiful. Justin kind of at that similar angle down there. You see the craziest tree branch right there in his way. See if he can navigate.
Yep.
A little low. I'm pretty sure his disc went through the U of the branch, though.
Yeah. He gave it a good run, but, easy tap in.
Chris from a knee, leveling with the basket. Wow. What?
I think we called that the Bermuda Triangle phenomenon. Emerson Keith had a really weird moment on this hole in the first round. He parked it and airballed a 15-foot putt for 2.
That's a wonderful theory. I'm on board with it.
Bermuda Triangle, bro. Look it up. It's science. Reid.
You saw the putt. Unless there's a missing piece of bar there, that thing trickled through the basket.
Apparently,
somehow.
rustling shrubbery doesn't bother Reid Frescura because he made quick work of that.
That was an excellent putt. Melton cleaning up as well. Staying steady.
Anything but a bogey.
Yeah.
Acceptable. Moving on.
Chris, that is
Don't hit your head,
to
Chris.
be one of the most disappointing pars because that look.
Yeah.
They don't know what's going on.
Look at him. Yeah. He's getting analytical.
Bermuda
He's doing
triangle.
a science experiment.
I agree, Will. Hole 12, not your friend.
Weird stuff, man. So after hole 12, Reid still at 19 down, Chris joining him side by side, Justin 17 under par, and Zach Melton 12 below. Let's check in with Howard Disc Golf and see what the FPO lead card did on this hole.
Holly Finley here, the leader after 3 rounds here at the MCO. Beautiful release, just a little bit right. Going to kick the same right side that Will speaks of. Callie opting for the sidearm, and just as smooth as the backhand, right down the
Continuing to make it look easy.
middle. Yeah, incredibly.
Smooth and far and fast and stuff.
Katrina sitting in second place, looking to capitalize on the early kick from
And
Holly.
that's about what you'd expect from Katrina Allen. Sliding right up there. She's going to be circle's edge. No, definitely outside of circle 2. Jumped the gun on that one a little bit.
The camera angles was weird.
Jessica Weiss going with the sidearm, getting a nice little flex, flirting with that left side a little bit. Passionate kiss off that trunk, but she's in good shape.
Yeah. Holly after the short kick, gonna play up, and that looks really nice.
That's an exemplary second shot on this hole.
Katrina opting for a run here, maybe?
Yeah, gave it a good bid.
That looked money until the end. Oh no, just off the right side.
Hashtag Bermuda Triangle.
You're onto something here, Will.
The truth is out there, Jay. Oh, no. Oh, my man, that hurts my soul.
My jaw is literally dropped.
Not shaken. Focusing in. Caging. Holly is lining up for a triple bogey on hole 12.
She has the lead. That is going to put a lot of pressure on her.
That makes the second half of this round seem a little bit more tenuous, for sure.
She had a little bit of a sizable lead. That is gone now.
That is very surprising because Holly knows this course well.
And
Self-professed that is her favorite course.
Yeah. Shout out to Howard Disc Golf, though, for providing that snippet in on the lead card.
Thanks, Howard. Love you. We're on hole 13, par 3, 276 feet. Don't let the distance fool you. This is a tricky shot. It is in the deep pin. It's a left-handed dogleg, almost 90 degrees. Big hyzer. You have to hug the sticky trees on the left side of the fairway to really penetrate enough, but you don't want to push forward too hard because the trees long of the turn are just as unforgiving.
Absolutely. And speaking of the sticky trees on the left, you can't hug them too tight because they'll grab you.
Absolutely.
Dickerson looking to not get grabbed up
Looking
and hugged.
to do some Dickerson stuff.
And he hugs the basket. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, he basically did what I just said.
As you
Thanks,
say,
Chris.
Will, you're a better coach sometimes.
Better coach than a player for sure. Thanks, Chris, for
Justin-
lending me a little of his credibility. Justin on the tee.
Going to look to capitalize as well and throw the same shot. You're going to see, I believe, everybody kind of opt for the big spike in on it. Very, very clean pool. Going to need to get left. Ooh.
Yeah, that's a little rough. I mean, if you're an out-of-towner, this is one of the holes that you might be playing for par. But for somebody familiar with this course, you really want that too.
Absolutely, you want the two here. As you said, the backside would sneak up quick, and while the shot may look easy, it's very deceiving. Yeah, as you can see, Reid here is going to line up the sidearm for the hyzer as well. That looks sharp. Ooh, and it's a little short. Catches the railroad ties for all around the short position.
I would be thankful he didn't get stopped short. He got a little bit of a skip and push forward off the top of those. He's still got a long putt, but he's in pretty good shape.
Absolutely. And that may have been his line. He may have been going that way for the hill slide.
Yeah, absolutely.
Zach also with the hyzer from the sidearm. And
what a run.
Almost aces.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Man, he gave that a bid for sure. Made it look easy, too.
I think he's wondering why he didn't hear chains.
Yep. Not quite Bermuda Triangle, but disappointing to be sure.
Justin looking like he's lining up for a run. That's about 50, I would say. Hello.
Can we get a run back?
Please.
Ace Run Pro. Please? Oh, thank you. Watch this. Walking it in. Casually.
OG.
Oh, for real? Oh, sweet. Let me get out of y'all's way.
That is one excellent putt, Mr. Bunell.
Big up to Justin. Thank you to Ace Run for the quality coverage and the run back on that putt.
Don't let him big putt me, Reid. Oh, no. Just a little bit short and on those nubs again.
Man. These disc catchers are not a fan of Reid's putt.
You do actually have to get it just over the lip, and those nubs on the disc catchers particularly round up over that lip. Chris opting not for the long routine, but no need there. Easy birdie. Reid cleaning up the par after an excellent bid.
And I will reiterate, a 3 is not a disappointing score on this hole. Now, Reid losing a stroke to Chris Dickerson. Chris in the lead at 20 down on the group. Justin Bunell right behind at 18 down. Zach trying to make a move. We are on hole 14, par 3, 307 feet. And you got a couple options here. This big bushy cedar right in the middle of the fairway and the one right behind it block you from the basket. There is a right-hand route and a left-hand route. It's really just a matter of staying away from those sticky branches and the low ceiling.
It's literally like it has arms. That is the number one.
Another hole that can be deceiving from the tee pad because the left side looks a little more forgiving.
Absolutely.
But if you can have the right flex on the right side and you can get around that last guardian tree on the right side right there behind Chris, if you can get around that and flex out around that big bushy cedar, you can settle right down and get a skip, a little bit of a float skip.
Absolutely. It looked like a little low from Chris, like he was trying to pull that off, but still ended up by the basket before we look at it.
Yeah, definitely a solid drive. The left side is definitely in play.
Looks like Justin's going to try the right sideline.
And there's equal trouble on either side of the fairway on this and most holes out here.
There's a very large tree on the right corner of your screen that lurks.
There are many scars on that tree from years and years of bombardment from this tee pad.
Justin going to take the chance.
He got a little bit of a touch and kind of gently nudged him back out in the middle of the fairway. He should have a shot around those middle trees.
If he's not too tucked, he should be able to get around. Zach looking for the left side line a little bit. The same action as Chris. Or perhaps I'm going to stand corrected. Ooh, that is. He was going left side. Just I was wrong on the shot. Catches the left side small branches there.
Low is generally a good play on this course, but he caught it a little bit too close to the ground and got a hold of one of those roots.
Well, you saw earlier on 12 the skip shot. He's no stranger to throwing it. So plays to his advantage. Just got a little unfortunate there. Reid going hyzer as well. Gonna need it to
Looking
stay
like he's
flat
trying
and
to
low.
just get right around the base of those bushy cedars. He's got to look. He's longish, but he's got to look.
Chris and Reid are battling. He's keeping the pressure on. Zach after a short kick.
Yep.
Again, if you can scramble, you're not gonna hurt too much. I don't know if he can see the basket, but it looks like he's bidding it.
He's looking for that low skip up, and he gets it. And he's definitely got a doable putt. Well within his range.
Now this is something where he's gonna want this.
Yeah, and he's going to push at it, even though there's some trouble behind the basket. That's going to... I mean, he's right in the path to the next tee pad, so he should be in good shape.
You can see how he
it's hard to commit to that putt.
Absolutely. I mean, you saw how he changed his putt to be more flat line. Just it took the stability and made it more.
No.
Chris off the nubs as well.
Denied.
Reid might be okay here and save a stroke. Gonna need to put this in now. From about 15. Not a problem. That's a couple of edge wood lines that he's made the putt.
Solid cleanup. Par is respectable on this hole.
Everybody pouring up.
Keeping pace.
Hole 15. The daunting 15, Will.
So after hole 14, we now have Chris at 20 down, Reid right behind him at 19, Justin at 18, Zach at 13 below. Thank you to Infinite Discs once again for sponsoring the coverage. We are on hole 15, par 4, 648 feet. Very tight, winding fairway, narrow all the way, up and over a little bit of a rise and far downhill. And the basket is tucked into a pocket of trees on the left side of the fairway, up on an elevated slope. This is definitely in the top 5 most challenging holes on this course.
Yes, it definitely is. And it's also blind almost the entire way down. Chris opting for the turnover. That's the predominant line from a right-handed backhand thrower.
It is a smart play because if you can flex around that bend and just let it settle into the middle.
Absolutely. You do have to have the touch, though, because if it bells early to the left, you can find the OB road through those trees on the left.
For sure.
Justin looking to hazard flip something just flat to make the turn. He's low, but it should hold.
That's flexing nicely. He is hugging that right. Oh, he gets caught up a little bit.
Yeah, just a little too much flex, but a very nice shot off the tee.
Again, from behind the tee pad, that drive looks phenomenal.
Absolutely.
You get around that bend and look at it from the front end, it's a different game. It's an optical illusion.
The deceiving qualities of Cedar Hill. Zach knows Cedar Hill. He's played it. Gonna throw the hyzer straight up the gut.
Hugging the left side, which is a good move. He's in the fairway.
Absolutely.
He's got a solid second shot down towards the pin.
And that's what you have to have here on 15. It's a placement hole. You can make the turn as you saw, but if you don't place it out or it lands center, that, as you said, those trees on the right cut everything off. Reid going to look the same as Melton, trying to crush the hyzer up the center.
Flirting with the left side, a little strong. Looks like he got caught up.
Yeah, he's a little low there too.
Yeah. Which low generally is good out here, but
Got to crest the berm up there.
that chunky grass in the middle of the fairway.
As you can see where Melton places his beautiful drive, wide open shot down to the pin location, but still blind. Can't see it. Need the skip from the ground to help you out.
And of course, that elevated in causes some rollaways. That was a great shot. He feels good about it.
Sorry.
I thought he got scared. Somebody scared him.
Could be. Zach's a character.
And
Reid's
Reid,
looking for that lefty hyzer.
he's going to push it right on that left side. Get the
That's
skip.
looking pretty solid. He's got a long putt.
Yes, but the mound was nice.
Yeah, he's up on top. He's level with the pin.
If you watch, Chris is probably going to try to keep it in a high hazard to crash and not worry about the mound. Take it off the play. And he doesn't opt for that. Goes for the skip as well. And it's a great shot, but that can be the problem with the skip, is you end up a little shorter than you want.
Well, pending one of those trees being between his lie and the basket, I think he's got a good shot.
We were talking about placement. Justin's drive was great, but he was just a little on the right, and that's what you get dealt with sometimes. Just not the best ideal positioning to make your second shot.
I feel good about this one. I think he's got it. Little strong, but he had the right idea.
Absolutely, and you called that well. That's a very hard shot to execute and made it look easy. Melton happy with his first two shots, trying to get this birdie. Gives it a run and banded. Zach, his spirit may be dampened, but he shows no signs. Always a true champion.
Yeah, definitely grade A sportsman and quality human being in Zach Melton. It's hard to see somebody that's that good of a dude.
And here's Justin's shot after the skip on the green.
I mean, the fact that he caught metal with all that stuff in his face, definitely a disappointing end to those shots that he had coming down the hallway, but
You could tell he was disappointed. He knows he's dropping a stroke with the lead battle going on right now. Reid looking to not drop a stroke here. Stay in the hunt for the win.
ooh, another band. I mean, and Zach too. And I'm not 100% on Reid. I think he may have already qualified up coming into MCO. But I know like Zach is one of a lot of people that were definitely chasing an invitation to the USDGC.
Yeah, absolutely.
At the Music City Open, and
a lot more than first place in the line here. And now, as we all know, USDC is the premier event of our sport. You want to be
Chris
there.
taking the bird on. I mean, I think this is in first or second place for hardest hole on the course.
Sure. Chris showing why he's a former champion of the MCO.
For many years running. Justin was really hoping for the bird on that. Reid also settling with his par.
For these pros, this is one of those that they know they can get. They just have to execute. So it's a little disappointing when they take the pars.
After 15, Chris is now in the lead in the group at 21 down. Reid at 19. Justin right behind at 18 down. Zach still trying to make some progress.
Over in
Third
the women's
position.
battle.
Yeah, we're back to the FPO lead card here with Howard Disc Golf. Cat with an amazing drive on hole 15. Great placement.
Yeah. After a little bit of a lapse of focus from Holly, our leader, Katrina's really putting the pressure on, trying to capitalize.
The lady's throwing into the sun, it looks like, too. Callie riding that left side, but she's still in pretty good position to get down the fairway.
Yeah, that's going to leave her with a blind approach, but she should manage just fine. Jess opting for the sidearm as well. Very much known for this sidearm, and that's crushed.
Yeah, hugging the left side exactly how you should. She's a little bit close to the right side down there for her style of play. I think she's going to probably have to step out a little bit. Cat.
Right in the center for her style of play.
Big hyzer going right at the basket, taking a run at it. Ooh.
That was a very interesting kick because you'd think it was going to be bad, but I think that ended up better.
She's definitely got a doable putt.
Holly, same line, needs to get left.
That's really the idea. She caught one of those low branches, but if you can push forward at the right height and hook up just in time to fade in towards the basket.
It looks like she got a little bit of savior there. It kind of rolled back out into the fairway for her.
She's still got a lot of stuff in her way. That's a good up.
Yeah, she just wants to get up and down, save the par, don't take any more strokes. Katrina, though, on the other hand, looking to birdie.
And she
capitalizes.
does. That is quite impressive.
Katrina also showing why she's a former champ at the MCO.
Yep, defending champion, also hoping to protect her position as MCO champion.
Absolutely.
Holly is chasing her down. Thanks again to Howard Disc Golf for the FPO coverage.
We love you guys.
We are on hole 16. This is a 368-foot par 3. Wide open fairway ending in a pretty tight cluster of trees. The signature move for Cedar Hill. You're pushing deep down the hillside to get to the pin, and there's guardians all around. So you're really just trying to get the right line up and over the hill and settle down directly toward the basket.
Absolutely. Exactly. When you think it can't be more deceiving of a course, it's those 16 and 17, 18 this year.
Yeah, I mean, at all first glance is not the most demanding hole in disc golf, but
as you see here,
the optical illusion of going up and down the slope on those type of grades and the trees that come into play in the second part of the shot, it's easy to get into trouble.
I think it's easier to get into trouble than it is to stay safe.
Yeah, you have a possible moment of greatness or an epic failure lying before you off the
or
pad.
both. You have a great shot.
Justin's flex looks great right there. Hopefully he'll get a little push. Caught up by one of those ties.
Yeah, that's just the short position that this hole can play in. Ideally, he threw the perfect line just a little bit low because that's almost 50 feet back from that is our position today.
Mm-hmm.
Now there's a little bit more of a grade, those 50 feet.
Keep in mind, too, we are kind of on top of a hill, and we're in the open for one of the few spots on the course, and so the wind is probably doing some squirrely stuff.
Yeah, as you can kind of see there.
Yeah, Zach ending up deep in trouble. He is in Folsom Prism. Did I say prism? I meant prison.
Reid, same line.
Playing it low.
And as you see, he's got a little bit flat. That might push.
Yeah, I mean, playing to the right, but he's got a very open look uphill to the basket for a two-putt. So that's great. Not a two-putt, but a putt for two.
Well, that's the trick on this hole is you can't do full hyzer either side. You have to push forward a little bit. Justin from 45. And I think he wants that one back.
Well, again, you see where Zach's at.
Sure.
And if you run at that shot downhill, you could end up in the same exact position.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows where his disc is at the moment. Oh, there he is. He's found it.
He's in there somewhere.
Anyway.
Yeah, that was a great out. That was definitely a good scramble.
Chris chasing the lead. Gonna give this a bid.
Ooh.
Reid also gonna look to bid this. He's been great from the woods today so far.
How does...
Wow.
Oh, man.
Perfect putt. Bad catch.
It just flopped a little bit. It was nose down. Strong side for a lefty. The wing just came down on the wrong part of the cage, I guess.
Yes, sir. Those chains they can push sometimes, not pull.
Zach cleaning up his 3.
Yeah. That's got to be disappointing for Reid. He was looking to gain a stroke back there. And as you can see from our chase card here, just exactly how deceiving hole 16 is. From the tee pad, very easy to, in reality, everybody's walking away with the par.
Hi, this is Dave Felberg, the 2008 Disc Golf World Champion, and I'm here today to talk to you about Pro Pool and their training products. I used to be a dipper. Some people are rounders. To break that habit, you need a Pro Pool. You hook it up to a wall or tree, it'll break your habit. New release, practice poles. You put them together, you stick them in the ground, there's a flag on top, you throw around them, help you accuracy, prepare for your tournament without having to go to the course. This has been Dave Felberg with Pro Pool Disc Golf. Go to propooldiscgolf.com and try our products today.
Thanks to Pro Pool for sponsoring the coverage. We're on hole 17, one of the most iconic drives on the entire course. 415 feet downhill, par 3. This is an ace run almost for just about most players, just because of the way the downhill action is. You can throw a fairway driver out on the right-hand side on a slight hyzer and let it fade right towards the pin.
Absolutely. But that's the risk reward here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and we've had a catch cam on the hole the entire weekend, just in case somebody takes an epic run at it.
We've heard that there have been some very close calls. And
I almost want to say that was a putter.
Chris lands perfect, and he does how the hole's meant to be played. Land it short, something slow, let it slide up to the basket. Anything fast, and you're going to skip away.
The downhill slope definitely creates a fast green.
Justin, more of a flat line approach. That's a very doable,
it's looking really
playable
good.
shot.
Get a skip. Little float. Okay.
And he shows us why he is on the chase card. That's a wonderful shot for 17.
Zach's still putting up one heck of a fight here at the end of the final day.
He's not had the round he's wanted, but his spirits have been high. He's been smiling all around, so that's what we expect out of our beloved Melton.
Consummate professional.
Going high, looking for that to turn over and land flat.
Got a little bit left and high. Drops to the ground.
Right. This is a tough left-handed or lefty hole.
Almost surprising to not see him throw the flick.
It is. It is a little surprising. Maybe he's not feeling as confident in it this round for some reason. Reid lets one go, but that's super low. You want to be low, but you got to keep it off the ground. That's going to leave him with definitely an approach shot. Nothing feasible as far as a bid. Take your medicine, unfortunately, on that one and settle with par. Zach, I'm not taking any medicine. I'm running it.
Yep.
And
no reason not to. I think it's definitely worth saying that for somebody like Zach Melton, when you're on coverage and you know your round has not gone the way you want to and you are out of the race for anything that you were intending to compete for, it is really hard to commit to your routine and continue to play your game.
Absolutely. He was sitting top 5 to top 10, I believe. And, you know, those strokes cost them positions and dollars sometimes, so it pays to stay focused. Justin capitalizing with a beautiful drive, taking the birdie. Reid failing to capitalize. It's going to swap hands there.
Yep. Definitely a strong way to finish the round for Justin. So after hole 17, we've got Dickerson at 22 down, Justin and Reid meeting at 19 under, Zach at 13 below par. And we're on hole 18, definitely one of the most polarizing holes on the course. It's either a tough par 4 or a soft par 5, but you have got to just really pay really close attention to how you're going to get between these trees, because there are a lot of them. You've got a really difficult shot to get to the mouth of the gap, and you've got to play conservatively all the way down from there. The hole averaged 4.9 for the week or for the day among the MPO field. So Chris looking to make a move from the chase card.
Yeah, his birdie there will bring him within one stroke.
Going with the roller.
Alden, who is our current leader at the moment. Alden.
Popped up a little high. Looked like it caught a branch.
Yeah.
That'll play.
Still in good position.
I think it's a low.
Gonna have Justin here. He's gonna be looking to keep the momentum going here in 18 off of the beautiful drive on 17. Opts for a beautiful hyzer flex. Just a little too much flex and catches the tree on the entrance.
Little course maintenance. Looks like a branch dropped right where he made contact. Still at the mouth of the gap.
Yep. And thank you for the help on the tree.
Yeah, thanks. This hole is still in development.
Now, I've seen a lot of players opt for this. If you had the big sidearm, if you're a right-handed player, or if you're left-handed like Melton here, just throw the hyzers, crash it down, center fairway.
Yeah, Zach sawed that one off a little bit. I mean, for a lefty backhand shot, it really the hole lends itself to that play. And
Zach knows.
Yeah, he was not able to get there.
It's not been Zach's day. He's tired. He's ready to go. Reid still trying to make a move, and it looks like he stepped out on that.
Yeah, he hung that one out a little wide, but he's in great position.
Absolutely.
That kind of got some ground action and put him pretty much as close to straight down the gut as you can get.
And here's what happens if you almost have perfection.
Left and right side, Jay.
It's a theme for sure. He looks like he's going to try to hold to the right side and actually pick his way through this little brush here.
I gotta question Justin's judgment on that play, man. That I don't see many opportunities to get forward on that right side like that.
Absolutely.
I don't know that he had many options, but committing to that was, man, it's unfortunate. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
As a fan.
As in that situation, last hole of the round, he's still trying to make a move. All the competitors are. So.
I mean, you can see here.
Take the risk.
What the tree situation is like on this hole. So.
It's definitely a risk.
You're playing position.
Sure. Reid looking like he's got the best position of the group.
It's strategy here. You have to be aggressive off the tee and get yourself in position like Reid here at the mouth of the gap. And then from here on in, you're playing
roller.
placement golf. You're throwing golf shots.
This in itself is dangerous in a wooded hole. Going roller on a hole with things on the ground that could potentially stop those. And again, kicks a couple things, a log on the ground, and you're left and in thick again. And he was really
Great
focused.
looking shot. Punished.
Absolutely.
Caught the wrong tree.
Dickerson's up now.
Could have been a worse kick. Definitely.
Absolutely could have been worse. You got a feel for him. You know he was wanting to do well, finish out here.
This
Chris-
hole is 742 feet. It already feels like we've come a long way. And look past Chris and how far he's got to go.
Oh, yeah. Chris knows how far he has to go. He's going to try to penetrate and get tall, but super skinny to get up to the basket. Looks like he executed well, and another Guardian. But that'll leave him with the putt.
He's got a long putt.
He's trailing by 1. Aldo still is a hole or 2 behind the Chase Card here as he's on the lead group. But Chris has pulled within 1 of the lead.
Fired that off
That-
like a rocket. It had a motor on it, and I think he's in good position. Yep.
Very smart play. Use the hill, let it slide up. Justin looking at it again, trying to have to hit a gap to get up to the basket. And he got it down. He got that.
Pured it.
Almost. But
I mean,
still
he
a
would
great
have
shot.
ended up hanging out wide right if not for that tree. He's still got a putt.
Now Reid, super pinch. This is going to be, will he play out to the center or try to go over the top here? He's going risky. Paid some dividends there. I want to say he probably cut off a good 75 feet of fairway. Yeah, giving himself a look. Running it. Just a bit left.
Standing and delivering. Very solid bid.
Chris. For bird. And he nails it.
Taking a 3 on the hardest par 4 on the course. That's very impressive and fitting of a defending champion of the Music City Open.
Absolutely. And a strong way to finish out the round. Melton looking to nail this putt. Go have a rest. And as
Cleaning
always,
it up.
stays focused to the very end.
No bogey on 18. Feels good, man.
I don't know what that feels like. I've never not done that. Justin looking to get a stroke as well. Does save just the one. Only takes the one. Now Reid and Justin holding the tie here, both taking bogeys. That's going to keep them tied up for the USDGC qualifier.
Dickerson coming back from the Chase Card and earning a podium finish in second place with his 23 down. We also have Justin Bunell earning one of the 5 invitations to the USDGC from the Music City Open.
Local guy, going big, going to the
it's
most
awesome to see.
premier disc golf event in the world.
There's your leaderboard. Alden Harris, new up-and-comer on the tour circuit, taking first place. Another Prodigy,
By a stroke.
another Team Prodigy member.
Wow.
Chris Dickerson was very happy and was there to be supportive of his teammate.
Yes, he was. Great show of sportsmanship, but still, he. I bet Alden ranks him a little bit, dethroning him from the 4-time MCO champ.
It has been an absolute pleasure to watch the best golfers in the world compete on hallowed grounds here in Nashville.
And congratulations to Holly Finley, who did hold on to the FPO victory.
Yes, Holly Finley coming out with the FPO championship as a champion of the Music City Open. We are wanting to thank Infinite Discs as the coverage sponsor. Thanks to Dynamic Discs for sponsoring the event, Pro Pull as well, and thanks to the patrons of Ace Run Pro. And if you would like to support the coverage, please like the video, subscribe to their YouTube channel, follow them on social media, and you can subscribe as a Patreon at patreon.com/AceRunPro.